Hey everyone, welcome to the webinar. My name is John. I'm one of the co-founders of Brickwork. We're a land use startup. We've been in LA since 2018, and what we do is we've provided land use reports to date about 3,000 or so, and most of our users have been commercial and real estate brokers, but more recently we've been getting a lot of developers and also landowners and investors that obviously are looking at LA, and we've done reports beyond LA. So Orange County, we've done reports up north in Oakland, San Diego, and actually a few in Portland as well. So our goal was really to have low cost access to understanding and navigating city zoning and obviously all of the state bills that have been passed. So that's Brickwork. And we launched Brickwork Development last year. And that's what I'm going to be presenting is the two projects that we're joint ventured with and currently raising capital on. So I wanted to quickly go over the affordable housing crisis. Again, this has been on the news and everyone is well aware that we have an issue. I say it's more of not a housing crisis, but an affordable housing crisis, right? And so it's not that we need more, luxury apartments and homes to be built. We actually need more affordable units to be built all over, I would say, in the US. So, at last count, we're seeing anywhere from millions that we need to build. We're not at pace to build them. The average price of a single family home in LA is already at 1.2 million, which is 8.6x the median income, while the average is 4.2 in the US. So, and the cost to build has gone up, recently with the tariffs and the trade war, mounting more pressure on costs. But, $500 per square foot to build a 5-story apartment with subterranean parking. They've gone up 30% the past 5 years, and look to continue to go up. So we definitely have a problem and an issue. So I wanted to introduce these two projects here. This is 5444 Camellia Avenue. It's in the NoHo or the North Hollywood Arts District. Have a quick project summary here on it's 45 units. It's under ED1, so it's 100% affordable. We're looking to build 5 stories all wood. And the hold period right now is 3 years. We have projected return on cost and levered IRR and what our stabilized value is going to be. Obviously, these are all projected. It really just depends on if we could get the construction costs projected, there's no cost overruns, and then the cap rate. So there's a lot of variables, and that's just inherent with all development. But, our goal is to meet these targets here. The unit count. So this project in particular is all 45 units and 1 bedrooms. Well, actually, we have two bedrooms and the rest are 1 bedrooms. They range from 348 to 404 square feet. Here are the floor plans. These are micro units. A lot of the ED1 projects right now are designed for micro units, but we feel, given our location, our target tenant is Gen Z, 20, 30 something year old professionals, which again, these are affordable rents. So they're going to range anywhere from $2,000-ish per unit. And so for that price, we do feel there's going to be a demand for tenants to want to rent here. And then one other project I just quickly wanted to preview is our second one. We're not currently raising for that. Our projected timeline here is probably end of the month when we get to actually raising for this project. But this is in Hollywood. It's about a mile from the LACC, Los Angeles Community College campus. And we're excited to bring this as well. Very similar envelope or square footage. It's about 5 stories. This one gets to 49 units versus what I just mentioned, Camellia at 45, but very similar unit count here. and returns and hold period. So they kind of mirror each other. They're two projects here, and we're both raising 2.5 million on each project. But let me get back to Camellia. So where we're located is about 1,500 feet from the subway line, the North Hollywood subway station, and also there is an orange bus line station just about a block away, block south from us. And we like this location. We chose this on purpose so that, we're not building any parking, right? So that's to save costs. And so we want to make sure that it's within mass transit. And so the subway station is not too far away from here, the orange bus line. There's multiple metro projects expanding rail bus lines that are scheduled. So we do feel that there is a tenant base here that we're targeting that will rely on mass transit. There's also a big development project in the works at that parking lot here where currently it's going to be the NoHo district project. I think 1,400 apartments, mixed use, commercial. It's going to be a huge project that they're building right here. So we really are confident. Obviously, those are going to be market rate apartments being built here. 1,400 units. They have set aside affordable, but again, the set aside is like 10 or 15% of those units. So we feel that as 100% affordable, 45 units, it's really going to have a good demand in terms of an offset of the market rate that's being built just 2 blocks away. So this is the North Hollywood neighborhood. That was District NoHo. As I mentioned, it's a $1.5 billion, 1,500 unit. They have office space, retail, and we're just going to be 2 blocks away from there, being 100% affordable. I really like this neighborhood. Again, it's the arts district. There's a lot of the El Porto Theater is here, cafes, coffee shops. So it's kind of one of those nook and cranny neighborhoods. It's not pure single family suburban neighborhood. I think this would be perfect to build the 45 units, offer them affordable, and have them for Gen Z. We have one quick thing here also is unfortunately, obviously, the wildfires. You have a lot of the Palisades, but I think for us, it'll be leaning more towards the Altadena wildfire victims that have been displaced. And there was a LA Times article where they sent out a poll, and a lot of them are migrating over to transit adjacent neighborhoods. So there is kind of this demand to be away from high fire severity zone and neighborhoods, but also very close to mass transit, metro, rail lines, and subway stations. Okay, so, and then the other one I was just going to preview really quick with you guys is 1156 Kingsley, which is right here. And the LACC campus here is right here as well. And then obviously the subway station for Vermont and Santa Monica. So we've been purposeful to pick locations which is very close to not only the metro mass transit lines, but also for this project, we will be obviously marketing to students, right? And they'd be perfect for these micro units at 1 bedrooms that are affordable. And then quickly, we did put both projects to bid with the LACCD, which is going through this massive RFP process. They are looking to master lease projects that are not only just existing, but soon to be built. And we fall within that class 3 proposals, and we've already submitted them. We're hopeful that we would get either one or both of these projects master lease by the district, right? And so that'd be great for both projects to have that. And they want to obviously subsidize these units for community college or students. So as I mentioned, we're raising 2.5 million right now for Camellia, but soon to follow Kingsley as well. They're 100% affordable. The Camellia is about 16 studios, 27 1 bedrooms, and we have 2 2 bedrooms. And then Kingsley, in turn, is 1 studio, 47 1 bedrooms, and then we have the 1 manager unit. So they both are, again, ranging in the unit sizes. Let me go back here. And they're micro units. Let me kind of introduce the team here that's building it. So myself and Alex were partners at Brickwork, but Alex also runs a land use consulting firm, Irvine and Associates. And so between the two of us, we really know how to find arbitrage within zoning, within state housing bills. We've been kind of focused now newly on the small lots, right? SB 684 and SB 1123. But previously, with these projects and others, we were trying to find projects for ED1 and 100% affordable. Our partners here, the landowner that we've joint ventured with, is Antonio Hidalgo. He's a seasoned developer. He's built a lot of small lot subdivisions, and this will be the first type of project he works on, which is going to be ED1 at this unit count. But for that reason, we brought in Craig Havison, who's the founder of STS Construction. I'm going to go through their recent 3 projects in LA, but he's a general contractor out of Seattle that has built plenty of multifamily there and now has moved here and built projects. But they were also the co-GP or the developer as well. So they were kind of, involved in bringing the micro units in LA, and a lot of their projects, other developers walk through to realize that they could design similar, and it makes the most sense for ED1. So let's go ahead and just walk through their recent project. So they started off with this project here in Hollywood, 1621 McCadden. It's called the Premier, and it's 70 units, right, going 8 stories. And they have a little bit of commercial space at the ground floor, obviously the parking required for there, but ultimately it's unparked, right? And it's in the Hollywood neighborhood. They delivered that back at the end of 2023, and they've subsequently leased up, and it's a great project. And that was the first one where, as I mentioned, a lot of developers were walking through, trying to grasp, first off, this is a 7,500 square foot lot. So to build this much density, 70 units going 8 stories was rare. And so post-build, walk through, now post lease up, they know that this is the blueprint for projects moving forward, is really to save on costs and be able to pencil projects, because that's really the main difficulty right now in building multifamily in LA, is it's just not penciling for a lot of developers. And then obviously subsequently they've built 2 more projects in downtown Los Angeles, one of which here is a 227 unit, 8-story project that was delivered late last year. And I'm going to go into the next one here on Grand, which is 147 units, also 8 stories. And both of these projects were master leased with LASA. And so LASA is the Los Angeles County Homeless Housing Authority. And so these are all master leased with them for transitional housing. And I think these are 2 great projects that fit the bill for them. So why private capital is essential? So look, there's already an article that I read this morning, so I added this. It's relevant now. The discretionary budget is going to slash HUD's budget 44%. It would effectively end Section 8 voucher programs and like all of the grant programs, and cut rental assistance nearly half. That's not good. It's going to affect affordable housing across the board. Then you have the construction starts by year, and I just went back from 2021. And obviously, as you can see, we had 12,000 or so back then that was just getting out of COVID, from my memory, and they were still doing these virtual meetings for both planning and building and safety plan checks. And so there was still a healthy amount. I think it was probably leftover projects from previous years, but it's been dropping since. So 2023, you have 8,500, and 2024, 6,500. Now we're at year to date 1,500. And so at this pace, are we even going to reach 5,000 here in this year? So There is, it's not looking good, let's just say, for building housing that's necessary and affordable housing. So, our build timeline on this project is we're looking to finish, we're right at the finish line for RTI, which is ready to issue permits. We'll have permits by August of this year. And our goal, obviously, is raise the capital and start breaking ground then. Since it's a 5-story build, yeah, the timeline to build is right around 15 months, but we want to be conservative here. There might be delays, weather, so it's good to schedule out 18. But it's an easier build because we're not pouring, any of the concrete, ground floor that's required, foundation, or not foundation, but the 1, 2, 3 levels of that, and it's just going all wood. And then our goal is to hold for 3 years. And that's what's in our performa is to hold post stabilization for at least 3 years. Um, okay, great. So why I'm hosting this webinar, and I know we've sent out a lot of invites, a lot of people couldn't make it, so they requested this being recorded and sent to them, which we are doing right now. But ultimately, I might do one in about a few weeks as well for those that aren't able to attend or have specific questions for us. So anyways, we're raising this, the 2.5 million, we're syndicating the capital to build. Minimum investment is 100,000. Again, the projected hold period being 3 to 5 years, and we have a subscription agreement and a waterfall we are sharing with interested investors, and that will kind of explain what their return potential is on this project, how long it is for, and all that, and how we get paid as well. So, okay, so the post lease up strategy. We're very mindful of a lot of the concerns that people have with, hey, Section 8, a lot of other ED1 developers are projecting 50%, some of which even 100% to be Section 8 leased up. We are not. Both of these projects have right around a 20% of Section 8 lease up. And to my point earlier about HACLA even has stopped new applications for Section 8. Well, the difference here being that we're not relying on new applicants. We are marketing to existing tenant voucher holders. So HACLA is still honoring if they are living in a older apartment, 1960 build, for example, and we talk to them and they're interested in moving into one of our units, they are facilitating that move. We're obviously planning to work with Trillium Property Management, who will be the property managers for both of our projects. And they have a lot of experience in both the affordable and the senior affordable space, meaning they have a database, they facilitate these applications and moves and lease up all the time. So that's our partner here to ensure that we pre-market. We're pre-marketing 6 months prior to receiving our certificate of occupancy. So that's what's required to really get a lot of those, not only Section 8, but just interest level, aligning timing, because by the time that we receive our C of O, it's got to match up with the time in terms of when these potential tenants need to move by, right? So we have a plan there. Domatic is a company that we're starting to work with that offers these low voltage DC wiring systems. And why we're wanting to bring them aboard for both of our projects is ultimately they provide energy efficiency. So even though they might be upfront costs similar to just traditional electrical switches and all that, post build, the electricity bill for us will be much lower in their system that they apply. And they've already applied that to multiple other affordable housing projects. And I'm excited to work with them on this project. And then one last thing, Ori, we're not decided yet whether we're going to utilize them or not. We're talking to them right now, but they do offer kind of these cloud bed systems that rise up. And obviously you have the living area or the sofa below, and it really helps to maximize space for micro units. And so a lot of their application have been kind of in the East Coast. I've seen a lot of apartments in Philadelphia and Boston and New York that are very micro. Ori has helped them and those tenants utilize those micro units and that space. So, I'm here trying to give more insight. I know I've spent a lot of time reaching out and having these conversations one-on-one with interested investors. And so we're raising more kind of on the retail front right now. So it really is kind of understanding what ED1 is, who we are, why do we feel confident in building 100% affordable, raising private capital. We're not raising any sort of tax credits. So, your traditional LIHTC credit or, grants or anything else that affordable housing developers typically build out their capital stack with. We are not doing that. We are confident that we can meet targets for investors with private capital. And just quickly, and then I'll open it up for questions here, is the reason why we feel confident is because, again, why market rate is not penciling right now is a couple reasons. You have rising construction costs, right? You have interest costs that are really high right now for construction. So the only offset to that cost is rents. So for the market rate developers, they're looking for, or they need higher density, and more market rate. Well, here's the problem. Any of the state bills that you use, state density bonus, TLC, even the new CHIP program, they're only giving you a certain bump up of density, but you still have a set aside for affordable. So that's not enough for them to pencil their projects. Our projects, they're 100% affordable. We're going to obtain the property tax exemption, the welfare property tax exemption, because we have a nonprofit right now that's partnering with us as well to be able to obtain that. So already we're going to save 1% on property taxes every year post-stabilization. That's a huge increase in our NOI or net operating income. On the other side of this, we're not providing parking. It's difficult to not provide parking when you're charging market rate rents. It's just, I think that's not an option for them. It is an option for us. As I shared, we were mindful that we're not trying to build these projects that are in far away from mass transit, metro, and they're in like single family neighborhoods or adjacent, right? That doesn't make sense. Also, the unit count. If you notice, these are 45 units and they're also 49 units. So we do feel there is a certain threshold of tenants or units that you could, build without parking. When you get 100 units, 150 units, 200 units, that's just going to be a lot of people living in that apartment. Even if it is, the only workaround maybe is if it was right above a subway station, right? So they have in LA, they have these existing apartments that are right above metro subway stations. Maybe it makes sense there. And obviously without the parking, they could just ride the subway and look towards other options. But we were mindful to stay at a threshold of less than 50 units and still be within mass transit. So that was kind of our thought process there. And so, yeah, that basically is it. I think we're excited about both of these opportunities. We do feel there is a demand for affordable housing in LA. And the only way we feel to be able to deliver these units is exactly all of the points I mentioned, which is looking at sites being able to put enough density, which are utilizing ED1 or any sort of incentive program for 100% affordable. We're getting increases in height, floor area, buildable envelope, no parking. So that allows us to create these apartments and also fit the density required to pencil. So these are obviously micro units, but on the flip side, now that we have an efficient build going on, and these are 5-story all wood builds, we're able to then obtain a return also for our investors, and we're able to get these projects built. So we're excited about these two. We have a few more that we're working on right now, obviously earlier in the process in terms of getting them submitted into planning and permitting. And so, that will probably take another year from now, but we have these two that we want to deliver, and hopefully we can meet that 15-month timeline to finish the build. And I think the city is taking about a month or two for their inspections for C of O. So we will already have a strategy for lease up. We will start marketing to all of the tenants, both Section 8 and just affordable tenants, that we create that list. And as we get closer to C of O, we are ultimately signing lease agreements with them and having them move in when we're able to, when they're able to. So, okay, I will go ahead and share this presentation. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Again, I'm already doing plenty of one-on-one meetings with interested investors. And again, we want to build this housing, but it provides a return. I'll share with you guys individually the pro forma, why we're saying that this will be a 2x, a little higher than 2x return. We're looking to build and stabilize in about 18 months to 20 months from August. And we plan on holding this for 3 years. So we're working through with interested investors to determine, that return, but we're projected at 23% IRR, levered IRR. So it is, we're not really raising capital without a return. We had that in mind as well. So hope everyone enjoys the rest of their Thursday. Thank you so much. I will end it at that. Thank you guys. Appreciate it.